Okay, we're back at it again with the anti-MLM reactions. Today we have the one and only Hannah Alonzo. I haven't talked about Hannah Alonzo. I usually just talk about the people that try to be confrontational with me, lie on me. That's usually the trend. Because it's never going to be sweet. It's never going to be you bullying me. Me, if you knew me in real life, you don't bully me, okay? I've never heard Hannah Alonzo speak. And yeah, I mean, she's regarded as the nicest in the anti-MLM. I'm really only after, I was mainly after just toxic behavior, but to me it is mostly all misinformation to promote their channels. I have emailed Hannah before. I asked her if Savannah Marie says that she doesn't say 99% in her videos anymore because it's 76%, then why is Hannah Alonzo putting 99% in her videos if she's friends with Savannah? She said that Hannah replied and she said that she did research. I put the dates of the videos in that email. She later went back and changed the percent out of the title of that video. This is why I keep receipts, and this is why I said the dates in that email. I'm going to show the email very soon, but because these people are so tricky, I know to keep the receipts. They will hide, they will delete, they will private, they will copyright, they will block. This is all a trend with these people. Hannah is nice, I guess. She was trying to be a YouTuber before and trying to be a YouTuber now. I'm sorry. I mean, like in her videos, she does seem nice, but is she someone you would want to watch all day? No, I'm going to be honest. And that's a whole thing. People want to listen to you talk about certain things, but it doesn't really mean they're interested in you. And this is a harsh truth, a really harsh truth. I don't want to be mean, but come on. Who would listen to Hannah? Like, personally, I wouldn't. It's not that she's not nice, but like what is interesting about her doesn't seem like interesting, or she's not introducing anything interesting. That would be the thing. She would have to show herself, her personality more. She's only showing anti-MLM, and because she's basically married and has a job. Nothing special about her job. I've never looked really into her Instagram. Just a normal person. Usually when you follow people or subscribe to people and watch any kind of content of theirs, it's for a certain reason. You can see it in her views when she tries to make other videos and they're completely different. Doesn't mean that she can't get the views. She would probably have to keep on trying, but maybe it's not worth the effort. Because she's still not putting in those videos. So she's not putting in the time to release those videos anymore. She kind of releases them every so often. But I know before she started making anti-MLM content, she was making videos before that. So let's get into the Hannah Alonzo.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name's Hannah and on this channel I post a lot of anti-MLM content. My big anti-MLM playlist is always linked right here and in the description box below. If that content does sound interesting to you, I would love it if you would check out that playlist, like this video, subscribe. All those things really help to support my channel and I appreciate you so much for doing that. Today I'm bringing you another Zoom call reaction video, but this is unlike any Zoom call I have ever reacted to on my channel. This is a Beachbody Power Hour team call. It's hosted by a Beachbody coach who is the head of one of the top 10 teams in the company. In other words, she's very close to the top of the pyramid. She has lots and lots of people on her.
Okay, we're starting off with she's at the top, so she is I don't know. It's this negative connotation already, like conspiracy theory ish. I don't like it, but it is a power hour team call. So this is a training call, and it's being made by the top person. So what does she have to say? I am curious.
Her team under her, and she's one of the few people financially benefiting from the Beachbody scheme. If this is the first time that you're
Why is she calling it a scheme? I've actually never really watched her videos, and I don't think they were like this when I was starting to look into them. That's why I wasn't really interested in her. But it seems like she is getting a little bit caught up. The scheme, the Beachbody scheme. Okay.
You're hearing of the term power hour in an MLM context, here's what that means. Basically, a power hour is when you dedicate 1 hour of your day every day to working your business, as they call it. In this case,
it's 1 hour dedicated to your business. How much do you dedicate to your channel? This is your business. You have 50,000 subscribers, right? This is your business. How many hours do you dedicate to it? I'm sure you guys are all in group chats, so I'm sure you dedicate a lot of time to it. I'm sure you're in group chats of who's next in my videos as we speak, because y'all are a little bit quiet right now.
the whole team is getting together on a Zoom call, and they are following along to set instructions for certain tasks that they have to do. The leader of this call has a PowerPoint presentation, and it says, for the next 5 minutes, do this task. For the next 15 minutes, do this task. And so what it is her basically explaining the task at hand and then giving them a chunk of time to complete that task altogether. The idea is that
that sounds good. Sounds like Pomodoro technique. It sounds like an hour dedicated to work. She doesn't necessarily sound too negative about it yet. I don't. Her whole channel is. We'll see.
If the teammates, if the downline complete these tasks every day in their power hour, then they will be able to be successful in the business. We're going to talk at length about how this idea of a power hour is a fallacy in the context of MLMs, but for now, that's what you.
How would it be a fallacy? It's an hour that you dedicate to your work, and you are being told what to do to help you. I don't see how it could be a fallacy. Again, with the terms, these terms.
You need to know as far as what this power hour is and what the purpose of.
Again, these people study cults. They know the terms. You think you could just message an MLMer and say, you know, a freaking fallacy, you're ad hominem. They'll be like, you're the crazy person. What do you even say?
Of this Zoom call is. With that being said, this Zoom call is 1 hour long, but it's not going to take us an hour to watch all of it because, like I said, there's several points where she just gives the instructions and then gives a chunk of time for everyone to complete that task. So the pieces of the call that we are going to be watching and discussing and reacting to are those instructions, are the tasks that the people in this Beachbody team are being advised to do. The point in showing you this call is to expose what Beachbody coaches are trained to do in order to sell and recruit. When you sign up.
Okay, you mean maybe this is a training, so they're being trained. I don't know how this is exposed, but we do have 46 more minutes.
Up for an MLM, obviously the end goal is to make money. That's why we're all here, right? But making money in an MLM is extremely difficult because of the way that the business model is designed. And people learn very quickly that the most efficient way to make money is to focus all of your energy and attention on the recruitment aspect. Because
no, that's if you, like Jessica Hickson, are not a salesperson, then you would focus on the recruiting because you're not a good enough salesperson. What? Knocking them off the checklist right now. We're only 2.5 minutes into this video, and how many things has she said negative about this company?
Because then not only are you making money off of your own efforts and your own sales and your own clients, you're now also making money off of the clients and sales and efforts of your downline as well. The bigger your team, the
I mean, it is a team. Yes, with a team, with more people on your team, you'll always do better. But not necessarily that you can't do it alone.
more money you make. It's not rocket science. But recruiting people into an MLM is also extremely difficult. So to kind of combat that, the top leaders in these companies,
It is. Because there are not many people that are salespeople. That's why it has a high failure rate. Circles, circles, circles.
often host these team calls where they are training and coaching the downline on the certain tasks they need to complete and the mentality they need to have if they're going to be quote unquote successful in the business and make any money at all. So that's the context information.
Yes, it's a training, a power hour dedicated to training for Beachbody.
You need for this Zoom call. I'm going to shut up now. Let's watch it.
Well,
create a powerful WordPress website with Bluehost Website Builder. Get smart AI, super simple.
Welcome everyone to our Wednesday mastermind / power hour call. We're super excited. We have a special guest in the house, and I know that is why we all got on today. We're super excited to hear from Haley. Excited for her to walk us through her power hour live. Before I hand it over, I am going to start off with a couple of quick announcements. Just a reminder, we have a big event coming next week. Who's all going to Summit? Drop it in the chat. Give us some fist bumps. Super excited to see all of you there. My name is Tiffany, by the way. I'm in the Central Region Corporate Mentor. And I know Brandy is on the line with us. We're excited to have all of you in the house. One more quick announcement. We do have the Help One More promotion that has been reignited through the month of July.
It's a little bit boring. This is why I haven't done reaction videos, because all of their freaking videos are an hour long. So all the videos I made yesterday were like their shortest videos. This will be the longest one I've reacted to. I don't know if I'll do the whole thing. Maybe if she gets to a lot of points and it's obvious, I'll just stop it. But it's long. This is really long. So I'm just going to say the title of this video is called Beachbody Power Hour Team Call Exposed. How BB coaches are trained to manipulate you.
All the FAQ all the details are found in the FAQ 7668. Lift More launches this month. Strawberry Lemonade at the beginning of the month. We have so many fun things coming, but I'm really, really excited to have Haley on the call today. Number 5 in the network, elite coach. So excited to have you, Haley. We're excited to hear from you. And I have to give a quick thing why I know Brandy and I were just talking about, she was on the Best of the Best.
I tell you, I don't watch these. Do people really sit down and watch all this? This has 40,000 views. Okay.
About 2 months ago. Has it been 2?
I also have ADHD, so, you know.
2 months, Haley? I'm trying to think back. Has it been a couple months?
Yeah, probably more than that, because time just flies.
I know, time is flying. I don't know. We're already at the end of, first half of the year is gone. So it's kind of crazy. But I remember Haley was talking about some of the things that she does on Instagram and just how she connects with people. And I found it phenomenal. And I know Brandy found it phenomenal. And we were really excited to have her come on and speak to you live. And I won't take any more of the floor. Haley, the stage is yours, my friend.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you guys for hopping on to do a little bit of a work sesh. I don't know about you guys, but I love power hours. Like my favorite thing here, because you get there and you feel like you haven't accomplished anything. And then when you leave, you feel like you're on top of the world, because it's just like you crank out a bunch of work for an hour. So let's get started. I am going to share my screen. I kind of have a PowerPoint that I like to use for my power hour. So it might make it a little easier, and then you don't have to stare at my face. So let me figure out how to share this screen. Okay, y'all can see my screen, right? All right, perfect. Okay, so is there a way to make this like bigger? Okay, perfect. So welcome to Power Hour with Haley. Where you are a year from now is a reflection of the actions you choose to make today. So by doing the actions that we're about to do in this hour, if you do that every single day, imagine where you're going to be a year from now. Okay.
Why see this negative? Okay, I have read Ponzonomics, and they say positive thinking is bad. And this is all I see. This is all I see. This is true. This is something I would like on a quote if it wasn't in an MLM. Would she not?
And same with your workout. I love this quote because literally every choice, every decision, everything that you do today, it may seem so small to you, but if you duplicate every single day and put in effort every single day, have the mindset of, are my actions today taking me to my goals where I want to be in a year? Okay, so on the days that you don't feel like doing a power hour or doing your work or inviting or showing up on social media, ask yourself, okay, is that going to put me to where I want to be in my business a year from now? So for the first 5 minutes, we are going to make a poll on our stories, okay? Go to your stories and ask a question with a poll for your followers to vote on. It literally can be anything. It can be, do you like ketchup or barbecue sauce better? Is it harder for you to work out or eat healthier? Do you prefer?
Why is she saying this? There are all examples of this on Instagram. I have examples of these as a business. Like, just if you're making content, they give you examples on Instagram of how to make a poll on your stories, and they give you example questions. Why is this so bad? You guys, what the is she even talking about?
For iced or hot coffee? Do you prefer salty or sweet snacks? Are you dragging today? Like literally any.
These are like the people that like worry, probably that give me social anxiety the most, where you're like, that you don't know what they're really thinking. Like they could be really nice to you, but really they're like, get the hell away from me. You know what I mean?
Anything. Okay, so do a poll. You can either video asking the question, like go on your stories live and be like, okay, I just made a sandwich and it's so funny because I just thought of this. My husband, if I were making this for him, I would have put ketchup on it, but I like barbecue on my chicken. And it got me to thinking, I wonder if my followers are more on my side or my husband's side. Would you put barbecue or ketchup on this sandwich? Like literally anything, okay? So you can do it that way or take a picture of something and add the poll on there, because then tomorrow you're gonna come back to your profile. You're going to go back to this poll. And if you're not sure how to do that, you're going to click the 3 bars on the top right. You're going to go to archive and then go back to the story with the poll on it. You're going to swipe up and then click the blue bars to see the votes and who voted on what. Then you're going to go message those people, sparking conversation on what they voted on. You're going to be like, girl, thank you, Team Haley. By the way, have you ever seen this barbecue from Thrive Market? It's my.
What is so wrong with what this person is saying? There's nothing different. This person is explaining it out loud, but on Instagram, you would read this. Make a poll on your stories. Ask a question. Make a poll of this example. Like, post this picture in a reel with this timing. Why? She just hates people in MLMs, obviously.
New favorite thing ever. It's lower sugar. It's natural ingredients. If you ever get a chance, try it. Or have you ever just spark conversation? Okay, be human. Don't sit there and overthink it of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say now. Like, what would you say if your friend was having lunch with you and she chose ketchup and you're like, dude, why are you putting ketchup on your chicken? Put barbecue sauce, like spark conversation. Okay, so 5 minutes, ready, set, go.
Okay, so the team has been tasked with spending the next 5 minutes posting a poll on their Instagram stories about something completely random and unrelated to the business. I'm compelled to point out first and foremost.
How is it not related to the business? It's telling you how examples of Instagram stories to market, to build an audience, to build engagement. Do you not know this?
Foremost, how fake this feels.
You're the only one not in on this. Maybe this feels fake to you because you don't know how to have any real human connections. Because it doesn't seem fake at all. And that's kind of the most of the videos they react to I've seen. It's just someone talking and motivating. And you guys feel manipulated. Like people are just out to get you, out to trick you, out to lie to you. Sad life.
Feels. She's saying, be human and have a normal and natural conversation. But then she's advising that her team create a random poll or create a random reason for.
Okay. I'm just gonna put on blast real quick. She takes that advice.
Creating a random poll for the sole purpose of baiting people into clicking on that poll and engaging with it. So therefore, the line of communication.
Why you say tricking? Why are you saying tricking? Girl, that negative outlook on life. Misery loves company.
Is now open for you to reach out to them the next day and start up a conversation about this poll. I'm sorry, but that's not a normal human interaction. Coming up with this fake story about how you're making sandwiches for you and your husband and you just.
She's giving an example. She gave an example so those people that are being trained can then go create their own example from their own lives to relate to their audiences.
Just happen to be thinking about what people's favorite condiments are when you're really not and you couldn't care less. That is not normal. That's calculating. That's manipulative. That's an ulterior motive that you have to try and slide into their DMs so that now you have them on the hook for a pitch in the future. Because that's the end goal, right? You don't care if they like barbecue or ketchup more. Sure, you might spark up a conversation about that today.
You don't care. Some people care. You don't care about people. And that's like a common theme here. With Jessica Hickson, she saw people as dollar signs, so you don't see people as dollar signs now? Is what you're saying? You're for the people now?
But that's a superficial, fake conversation that you are engaging in to somehow build up rapport and build up this relationship.
Are you projecting right now? Why are you saying people are doing this? Why aren't you thinking like this? Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah. No one normal thinks like this. I am sorry. If you think like this is victim mentality. This is paranoid mentality. What is this?
To prep and prime them to be pitched in the future. This kind of tactic is very sneaky because you're not just outwardly pitching.
It's not a tactic. I mean, it is a like kind of, but it doesn't mean so negatively. Like everybody does this stuff on business. You see these on all kinds of business pages. Why is it only bad when MLMs do it? These are individuals, if anything, more individuals than employees. These are independent contractors.
pitching it to them. Like I said, you're baiting them into a conversation with you about something completely unrelated to your MLM because you have this ulterior motive in mind. In some ways, reaching out to strangers on social media and cold...
You have the ulterior motive. Hannah Alonzo. Projection. You guys are all projections, seriously, of each other, enabling each other's like crazy paranoia. And if it's not a real paranoia, you guys have the same personality traits. Victim, or if not, you don't like people. You're fake.
Messaging them and straight up pitching them your MLM business opportunity, that has become a thing of the past. People are catching on to the MLM boss babe tactics these days, and people are really turned off by these cold messages.
It's not a tactic, it's people direct selling. People don't sell door to door anymore. That's weird. So they do it through online. It has morphs because that's how it's evolved. Why is that bad? Do you realize? Are you thinking of things in perspective? How did people used to sell things before the internet, before the phones, before cars, horses? Like, you have to think. People have always been buying things and selling things and trading things. It's not a tactic. People have always sold and bought things. It's exchanging of goods and services, yada yada.
And it's very easy to block it, delete it, ignore it. So now MLM reps have to get a little bit more creative and come up with sneakier ways to engage you in conversation instead. In my opinion, it's
not sneakier. It's not sneakier. It's evolving to the internet. Sales are evolving to the internet. Just like taxis are now a thing of the past. Like now Ubers and Lyfts. What are you saying, ma'am?
pretty safe to assume that if an MLM rep is messaging you about anything, it could be something completely unrelated to their business opportunity, you can assume that they do have an ulterior motive behind that interaction, and it's best.
You have the ulterior motive. You are always obsessed with getting things from somebody. What? People don't think like this. This is how you think, for real. For real. If you think like this, comment below. For sure. This is a selfish way of thinking. And also, how do you say that this random people are all scammers in this Zoom call?
Best to not engage if you don't want to be harassed and pitched in the future. So now I'm going to skip forward 5 minutes in the video because they're not talking. Everyone's just working independently. And we're going to pick back up when she gives the next set of directions.
I was just looking at the chat. Sorry.
If you don't want to be harassed or pitched, people are getting pitched all over the place. And it's not harassed. What are you talking about? You act like somebody... Oh my God. People asking you is not a bad question. It's like, how many people really message you? If anything, I get Instagram DMs all the time. I never get Huns messages. I haven't, like, Huns in your term, since like years ago. Probably till you guys started this whole thing. And even then, I barely got messages. It was like one time. I get more like random, do you want an SEO strategist for your YouTube channel? No, my username's SEO Shoddy. I got it. But seriously.
Looked late. So you could do anything. Like if you do polls and people don't answer, you could do the question box, like, and ask me anything, okay? And then let's say no one, I actually told this trick to my team and they were like sitting there, they're like, you what? And I was like, yes, I used to do that. I would do the question box and no one would freaking ask me questions. And so I'm like, well, that was a fail. And
no, what do you mean shocker? It just means that nobody was asking questions because maybe she wasn't No one knew what to ask her. I mean, if I were to ask questions on my Instagram right now, no one would ask any. Because nobody knows me. I only have 50 followers on one of my Instagrams. It's like my business Instagram. I'm still building it.
So what I started to do is you can actually go ask yourself a question on the question box.
See, these girls are dangerous. These are the mean girls. They're intimidating, like snickering at you all the time. What is she saying that is so bad for you to be laughing like this? For you to be snickering. It's so funny. It's weird, honestly. Truly.
And when you go to like respond to it, people can't see who asked it, so they think like other followers are asking you questions, and they're nosy. Like, people just want to read your answer to your
What? You act like that's a mic drop. Oh shoot, she said it. Oh hell no, it's not a trick. Honestly, that's kind of smart. That's really smart. I might use that actually, because it just gets people involved. Then people know what questions to ask you, what kind of answers to get, and that's a good way to start.
your questions. And so I would go ask myself questions. And it's almost like when people saw that like other people were asking me questions.
Why is she so stunned? Are you going to use it for your business now? That's super smart. You should. You should probably use this for your community that you're trying to grow and can't.
You know, they thought it was other people, but it was asking it was actually me asking myself questions, but they thought other people were asking me questions. So then they thought, oh yeah, I should ask her this. Oh yeah, I've always wondered this. And it almost like created the energy for people to ask me questions, if that makes sense. So you could literally go ask.
You are in shock, Hannah. Why are you in shock? How many followers does she even have? Well, you don't know anything about this story. You're just looking for something to be negative about. Common theme here. Classic mean girl. Misery. Negative. So negative. Oh my gosh. This is what reminds me of some people I know that I hate being around.
Ask yourself like random fun questions, and then do some like, oh my gosh, I'm really wanting to, sample one of your workouts. Do they ever do samples? Or do you have a sample of Shakeology? And then just be like, oh my gosh, yes, I would love for you to try this.
Do people think she's nice because she doesn't say the words?
Sampler of Shakeology. You know what I mean? So like find ways and questions that you want people to ask you, and go ask yourself that. And then I think like the energy will build up, and then like, you'll start to spark conversation that way.
Yes, that is completely true. It is completely true. Wow, I really like that idea. Hannah, you should get with the program.
Well, maybe give that a try. Okay. Now, don't forget tomorrow to go back to that, okay? Go back to that bowl.
Girl, I knew MLM Huns did this. I knew it. I've just never seen somebody admit it before. Right now. Now
No
she
money.
is admitting.
No money. You know, and even then, why are you bagging on them? And again, with the Huns, it's like I would say it's like you're using it like it's so negative. You keep on saying that. This was a video that was just released. Hannah, you're not so nice. You are not so nice. I see through it. You just don't say words, but you're thinking it. You're probably all up in the group chats.
To the fact that people do not take interest in her Ask Me Anything question boxes that she'll put on her Instagram story. So to combat that, she is submitting her own questions to her.
Yeah, she's just building up conversation. And what is so bad about it? You're talking about this for so freaking long. You are reacting to it for so long, girl. You're making an entirely positive thing into a negative. That is so sad. So sad.
Self because people won't know the difference. That is something else, okay? I knew it in my gut that this is what they did. I have said that in other videos. I have speculated. I knew this was a
I knew it in my gut. I speculated it. Just needed to know it, and this confirmed it. I'm so relieved to know that this person was lying. And like, what? You look for the bad in people, huh? You like, ooh.
Tactic that they use to stir up fake interest. And honestly, it's kind of smart.
It's not fake interest. It's not fake interest. If people like the questions and the answers, it wouldn't lead fake interest. Because then if it wasn't quality, then no one would pay attention to it.
Disingenuous, kind of smart. If you want to create a sense of FOMO and make it appear like people are interested in your business opportunity when they're really not, that's pretty savvy to submit your...
No. This is a training. Maybe training people that are just starting and they have no idea because they still don't have an audience. She's giving an example of what she has done, like good leaders do. Oh my God.
Your own questions and tailor them to the exact responses you want to post and you want to put out there so that you can still make your pitch at the end of the day, even if nobody actually cares. This is another...
What do you mean? She didn't say make a pitch. She just said to ask a question. Just ask a question so you can build your audience. It has anything to do with the selling. And maybe you don't even know if this person would be cold messaging. They're building an audience of maybe it's Beachbody. They're doing their workouts and they're already posting. It's not a trick.
Example of behavior that is not normal.
It would be like a business account. That person's making an Instagram account to promote their business.
People who are not in MLMs do not behave this way.
What are you talking about? 6.5 million people are in MLMs in America. You are the minority. And then anyone that isn't in MLMs is a normal human being. And both are normal, but it doesn't make any difference. They are not a cult. What are you doing here?
On earth would want to waste their time answering questions that they have asked themselves. Either you have to be pretty self-absorbed or you have to have an agenda. And to me, this is even more proof that the things that MLM reps post
to be self-absorbed or have an agenda. You.
On social media are a facade. It's not real. It's not genuine. It's fabricated to fit whatever kind of...
No. You want people to be so negative. Sometimes celebrities do. It's not to take everything for facts. You get what I'm saying? That's a good idea, but it doesn't mean everything's fake. It's a picture. A picture could mean anything. It's just one snap of anything, it's not going to show anything. Everybody's perception of one image is very different from another person's perception of the same image.
The fantasy land they're living in. Because at the end of the day, you can't be successful in your MLM. You're not going to make any money if you don't have people expressing interest in joining your team. So what do you do when people really aren't interested in joining your team? You fake it. You fake it till you make...
She's not saying for them to fake it. All she did was give an Instagram post of an example to ask questions to your audience. You are flipping this complete example to something so freaking insane.
Make it.
Now, we are going to send a free sample workout or like meal plan or meal idea. Okay, so we're gonna actually do 15 minutes of this because this is like one of my favorite things to do. So for example, you could do this to your followers, or you can do it to people who don't follow you, your friends' friends, like your friends who she's following. You could do literally anyone. Okay, this works for.
You can do it for anyone. Why are you doing it? Of course, you go to your friend, and why wouldn't you want to give your friend a free sample or like a meal recipe? What? You do you give a lot of things to random people first? Aw, Hannah, you are a saint.
Anyone, and that's what I love about it. But this is like an example of the message I said. This was obviously a few months ago, but you could totally.
Okay, Hannah, how much of the money have you made from your YouTube channel have you donated? Show receipts. You're so giving, huh? Doubt you've donated a cent. When you're at the store, you probably click no for them to raise a couple of cents to match it. I mean, don't give to corporations, but you probably don't even bat an eye. I do bat an eye. But, girl, don't play.
Totally switch this up and be like, hey, Jessica, I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend and celebrated the 4th of July with friends and family. I hope 2022 has been a year of health, growth, and happiness for you and your family so far. 4.5 years ago, I was sent a free sample workout from a lady who I now get to call my leader, just out of her generosity to allow me to try an at-home workout. Well, long story short, I tried it and loved it. 4.5 years later, and I've fallen in love with working out from home, and I've transformed my health, feeling the best I've felt in a long time.
Hannah, this is a positive story. If you're unbiased, you would read both negative and positive. You only look for negative stories. That's most of your channel. But you realize people can just send you stories just to do it, right? Do you like fact check them? If you're being negative, looking for negative stories, you're gonna get negative stories. I don't know why it's been exposed. Your channel's all about it, so people are just gonna want to send you it, maybe just to be featured on your channel. Maybe they love you that bad because you do have stands. Really, you do.
I think back to what if she wouldn't have sent me that? So now I'm doing the same and sending a sample of the workout program I'm doing and thoughts of maybe you could fall in love and need this like I did. But if not, truly there are no feelings hurt. If you do have any interest, I'd love to get you into my accountability group to do this with me and some other women. And then, so I send that message.
Maybe you're laughing because this kind of message, if you sent it, it would be fake to you.
And then I go and I would do the lift more sample workout right now, or the fire and flow. And then you're just going to send them the sample workout and you're going to write down their handle. And then in 4 days, go check up. Maybe you were ghosted. Maybe they didn't respond or anything. And then just be like,
what? It's not a tactic to try again. It is not. Yes, it could be like no one's gonna do if you keep on trying 3 times, 4 times, but there's nothing wrong with it. This is just business, plain and simple. Nothing about it is a tactic. So weird. It's weird for you because you don't sell. What is your career?
Hey Jessica, I'm really sorry. This week got super crazy, busy on me. I had it wrote down to come and touch base with you. And I feel bad that it's taken me so long. I was just wondering if you got a chance to try the sample workout or if you're currently loving your fitness routine. Cheering for you, anything like that.
Oh, that person would just be checking back in. Sent them the free thing and then checked back in. Yes. That's the whole point. You just gonna give it free things and no. Oh, Hannah, you need to learn about business.
So, do that follow-up. in 4 days and see, you know, how they're liking it. And then, funny story, if you dive into this program and you freaking get a bomb transformation from Lift More and you share that, these are the people that are going to be like, dang, she sent me that sample workout and that is a bomb transformation. I'm going to go press play to that and see what I think. So it may not work for them right now, and they may not join you in this first round of the program, but if you go hard on that program that you sent the sample workout link for, you get a transformation and you post that, they're going to want the program. And they're going to
She's spitting straight facts, so I don't know why you're looking. You don't know about business, girl. You don't know. You do not know. This is why you're doing this. Oh my gosh. Do you have a story? Oh my gosh. I'm sure you didn't know how to do anything. I'm gonna look into it.
going to be like, yes, she messaged me. I'm going to message her. You know what I mean? Because they might be skeptical. But once you prove that it works, they're going to be like, all right, do the sample workout, sign me.
Okay, so if you're signed up for Beachbody, you are most likely interested in using Beachbody. It's somewhere in your personal goals, so that would make sense. You are actively doing that because it fits with you. Usually people pick jobs that fit with them. And this is something you're doing. As you are still promoting it, and you are still going ahead in your business, and you gave that free sample, and that person still followed to you, seeing you do it. Maybe they haven't even used a workout plan yet, but see you doing it, and maybe they're iffy about it before, but now they're seeing you doing it, so now they want to join. What is so crazy about that?
Yep, I need that. Okay. So, and you can do this with nutrition too. If you don't want to do a sample workout, you can do it and, you know, ask about, just reword the wording a little bit and do something like sending them a fixate recipe or an example meal plan of 21-day fixed portion controller, to be mindset. Ask them if they struggle with making meals for their family like you did and how fixate helps you do that. You know, anything like that. So ready, set, go.
Again, fake, fake, fake. More disingenuous.
That's funny, is I was just thinking about you. For real, I was gonna put that in the thumbnail. I was like thinking something about plastic. Seriously, not even harsh. For real, that's really, you are the fake girl. You are the mean girl. You want everyone convinced that you're not. Oh, so easy to see through.
Ingenuous messages that you are sending out to strangers in the hopes of making money off of them in the future. A lot of times this kind of behavior will be justified in their minds by saying, like, I'm just sharing something I
It's really interesting that you and these anti-MLers, anti-MLMers, those you certain people are just so motivated. You guys are just want to help people more than anybody else, even in MLMs. You this is crazy, y'all.
love, or I'm giving the gift of a workout, or I am helping people on their health and fitness journey. But
Some people feel good about what they do. Again, making positive negative. People like what they do. People are happy with themselves. People do like when they accomplish things.
But that's not really what's going on. You're not just giving a friend a recommendation out of the goodness of your heart. You are giving.
You're not giving it out of your goodness of your heart. Why are they keep saying this again? How do you know this? How do you know this? Why are you just saying these blanket statements, girl? I'm so happy I don't have to get through this whole video, and she's saying so much in so little, and so little time.
A recommendation to somebody who you may or may not even know in the hopes that you're going to be able to make money off of them one day. And notice how she gives this example of trying to be relatable, like sending a message that says, hey, are you struggling?
You have a hard time being relatable. Huh. Huh, Hannah. Girl, you guys are see-through. See-through.
To feed your family like I was, I have the meal plan solution for you. That is an explicit admittal of preying on somebody's vulnerabilities. And unfortunately, there's a lot of
You prey on people's vulnerabilities. That's not preying on vulnerabilities. That's seeing. That's what business is. You see a problem and you fix it. There's a need for. That's why you create business. There is a need for that.
of room for that kind of behavior in Beachbody specifically, because in general, health and wellness is a pain point for almost everyone. I would argue that most people out there have some kind of health related vulnerability, whether that's their weight, their eating habits, their relationship with exercise, they have a diagnosed health condition, etc., whatever it is. These are issues that hit very close to home for people, and that
Well, that's because maybe those people also have those. What? You're saying that they're preying on those vulnerabilities. Like the other people probably wouldn't have those vulnerabilities also. So that's why they're targeting people that they also relate to. And targeting doesn't mean anything. That's the person you're aiming for. You are working in that business. You know what people want. You know what people are looking for. You know the people that are looking for it.
that may make them more susceptible to being manipulated by a Beachbody coach who is pitching them. And the last thing I'm noticing here is this template and this wording that she is suggesting you can use or follow to message people. And this is giving the impression to me that it's pretty customary to come up with a script that you can then copy and paste on a mass scale, which is
It's not mass. It's not mass. And also, yeah, you do have a script for things. When you go on Messenger, there's pre-scripted questions. Why is this conversation happening?
just something that also feels incredibly disingenuous. It doesn't matter how thoughtful.
It's not disingenuous. You just have a pre-made script to save time in your business. Duh. And if someone replies, then you give a personalized response. And who knows? And yeah, maybe the script is, but like maybe you'd make a very bad script and someone knows how to make a really good script. It's just all you. Why are you finding problems in other people? Can you do this?
Or personalized these messages appear to be at surface level, it loses all of its value once you realize that you're probably one of hundreds, if not thousands, of other people out there who have gotten the exact same message. It's that sickening realization that, like, wait a minute.
Sickening realization. Man, you just don't want people to make money, huh? I think I've seen enough. This is so freaking negative. I've seen enough negativity. This is why I have to come in and out of this community. Look how they think. You think I could sit around and watch these videos all day? They're all this long. She has 2,000 likes, 40,000 views, and they keep coming. They keep coming. Ugh. And they're all the same person. And I mean that. I mean that in so many ways. Next.